Hello Pokemon trainers, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Battle Stadium Singles video here on iStarly TV, part of my Road to Master series where I try to climb the online ranked Battle Stadium Singles ladder. And today is a very exciting day. It is my first video featuring the brand new rule set, Regulation E, which features or welcomes back a lot of Pokemon from previous games, including, as you can see, the first two Pokemon on my team, Snorlax and Mamoswine. So this is my first team that I'm showing off with the Regulation E rule set, and I'm really excited to do so. So I have played a couple games on the ladder just to test this team out a little bit, and I also have been testing this team in Showdown. And I honestly made a couple more changes to the team on Showdown that I'm kind of liking. So this is like kind of an older version of the team that I'm trying out here, but I still really like where this team is at, and I'm going to try it out a lot. And we'll talk about the Pokemon here. And you know, I really like, I'll just start by saying it, I really like Snorlax. I really missed Snorlax, and I've really loved to use Snorlax in these types of teams for a long time, like for several generations. And so I plan to hopefully develop this team, or at least develop a team centered around Curse Snorlax, because that's a Pokemon that I really love. So let's start by talking about Curse Snorlax. This is a Pokemon, honestly, when just a quick, history lesson here. I'm gonna put a timestamp in the video, so if you get bored of me talking so much, feel free to skip ahead to the first battle, but I'm gonna talk about the team in detail as well. When I started competitive battling, the first competitive battling I ever did was in Diamond and Pearl, and I was playing with Curse Snorlax, and it was really, really good. And, I've tried it in every generation, and more recently in Sword and Shield, it was also really good with Gigantamax Snorlax. And so this is a Pokemon that I just really love, and I find it to be really fun to play, and it works really well. Now, does it work well enough in Scarlet and Violet? We're gonna find out, because I've had games in testing where it's been pretty good, and I've also had games where maybe it doesn't feel as strong as, some of the other things in the meta, but either way, I think Snorlax is a really unique Pokemon, and I really like the strengths that it has. So this is Curse Snorlax. The goal with this set is to set up Curse, and from there, you are going to boost your attack and defense. You set up as many curses as you can, and then you effectively sweep the opponent with Body Slam and Crunch, which together have pretty good coverage. Obviously, Body Slam is your stab of choice. It hits pretty hard after a few curses. And then you have Crunch, which hits ghost types. I thought about Body Slam and Body Press, which is another really good move. And of course, Body Press hits hits steel types, and it goes off of your defense, so since you're boosting that, it really helps. However, the downside with Body Press is that if you have Body Slam and Body Press, you have zero moves that can hit ghost types, so all the opponent needs to do is like save their Goldango or Fluttermane for last, and you just can't win. So yeah, that's something that I thought about, and therefore that's why I'm running Crunch. And this Snorlax set also has really good recovery. So it has Gluttony as its ability, which allows it to eat its berry at half health rather than at 1/3 health. So it can eat its berry a lot earlier. And it has the Fiji or Figgy or Figgy berry, however you want to say that, which recovers a fourth of its health, I think. I forget, or maybe a third. It recovers a third of its health when it's at 1/4 HP or less, or it's the reverse. Either way, this will consume the Figgy berry at half health instead. And then Recycle gets your berry back. So you can basically like continuously heal yourself if you have enough HP and if you survive hits. But Snorlax has naturally amazing HP. Its HP is extremely high. It has naturally good special defense, and its defense is not that good, but obviously we're trying to boost it with Curse. So this set runs a little bit of, it's max HP and then a little bit of defense investment and then some special defense investment. So it's like a mixed tank, but obviously I'm trying to set up curses. But Snorlax has a pretty good position in the meta. As a big, bulky normal type, it's good against the ghost types that are pretty common, such as Goldango and Fluttermane, so it can just kind of wall them for days pretty much. And against the physical attackers, it's okay against them. Obviously, I will need a curse or two in order to take on the likes of like Chen Pao and stuff. And then obviously there's also Urshifu, who's scary, but I've been liking this set a lot. So anyways, that's the Snorlax set. And I went for Terra Water. The funny thing is I thought about Terra Ghost first because I was like, oh, if they use a fighting type move against me, I can just Terrasilize into a ghost type. Simple as that. but then I realized if I'm a ghost type, I can't use curse anymore, because then curse changes. If you're a ghost type, you cut your health in half. And so I was like, actually, that seems really bad. So I was thinking about which Terra type. I think Terra Fairy's always a really good one as well. Fairy's just an amazing type, but I settled on Terra Water because it's good against Urshifu because I can resist Surging Strikes. It's good against Goldango because I can resist its Steel type moves. It resists Icicle Crash Icicle Crash from Qian Pao. So I just thought, and Terra Water or Water is just a solid type overall. There are not that many electric or grass types in the meta right now. I mean, I guess Ogerpon's a thing now, so that's something to keep in mind. But otherwise, I think Terra Water is a good place to be for Snorlax. From there, we have another returning Pokemon. This is Mamoswine. Now, when I built this team, I just kind of like fell into the trap that I typically do where I'm like, okay, I want to just try new things. And so I built the Snorlax, which is the main Pokemon I wanted to focus on. And then I was like, okay, I'm just going to try this Mamoswine set. I'm not sure how good it is, but let's talk about it real quick. It's loaded dice, max attack, max speed, with Stealth Rock, Ice Shard, Earthquake, and Icicle Spear. Originally, when I built this set, I had Roar instead of Ice Shard, just to kind of try like a little bit of a Ting Lu impression. But this is no Ting Lu. This is, with Mamoswine, it's a really strong attacker. It has a really high attack stat, and it has really good moves like the ones you see here. Aside from that, it doesn't have all that much going for it. I kind of thought of it as like a little bit of like a fusion between Qian Pao and Ting Lu, because it's a somewhat bulky ground type that can set up Stealth Rock, as well as being a really strong ice type that can hit hard. So it kind of consolidates the two roles of having a strong ice type and having a Stealth Rock setter that's a ground type. It's kind of in that way, it's kind of like a jack of all trades, master of none kind of thing, because it's not as good as being a Stealth Rock lead as Ting Lu, and it's not as good as being like strong physical threat as Qian Pao is. So we're gonna see how it goes. I think Mamoswine does have a place in this meta though. Icicle Spear, I mainly tried that, or I mainly wanted to try that for something like Dragonite to kind of, hit multiple times and break through their multi-scale. And I think ground is still in a pretty good spot. So we'll see how Mamoswine goes. Honestly, in testing, I didn't really bring Mamoswine as much as I thought I might. So there might be something wrong with that, but we'll see. It's possible in the future, if you want to run Mamoswine, you should be running like Focus Sash if you're trying to run it as a lead, which I do think Mamoswine could have a place in the meta. I'm just not sure this set is where it's at, but we'll see. I like it. It's a cool Pokemon, and we're going to try it out. Then we have Munkidori. This is a set that I've run in the past. It is max special attack, max speed, modest nature with Choice Scarf. Pretty self-explanatory. It's there to kind of like hit hard and kind of U-turn out of there if it needs to. I've used it before and it's pretty good. Then we have Ogerpon. This is Fire Ogerpon, and kind of same thing, don't really need to explain it too much. I added Trailblaze here just to that, like my thought process was if I can get up a Trailblaze, then I'm faster than everything, and then if I Terrasilize, I also get an attack boost, so I kind of get like a mini Dragon Dance there, and Ogerpon's a really scary Pokemon. It hits really hard, and Fire is a pretty good typing in this meta, so I just kind of thought if I can force some switches, I can get off a Trailblaze and then just potentially sweep or just do a ton of damage to the opposing team, excuse me. So yeah, Ogerpon's a great Pokemon. And then we have Breloom here, and this is the typical Breloom set I've been running. I switched it to an Adamant nature though. In the past I was running Jolly. We have Focus Sash, we have Spore, Mach Punch, Bullet Seed, Rock Tomb. Pretty self-explanatory there as well. Sometimes I lead with it, sometimes I keep it in the back, but with Focus Sash, you're almost guaranteed to get off a Spore against most things, which is really good. Finally, we have Bulky Dragonite. This is like almost max HP and then almost max defense and then just enough speed to outspeed most things after a couple of Dragon Dances. But obviously this thing can tank hits really well. Terra Normal is like just one of the most common, or the most common Terra type on Dragonite because it boosts extreme speed and it kind of complements your typing decently well as well. So honestly, I haven't really used Dragonite that much in these battles, and it's possible that having a bulky Pokemon that's meant to set up is just super redundant with Snorlax. So in testing, I ended up switching a couple of these Pokemon, including Dragonite, for other things. So like I said, this is the team I have in game for now, and I'm going to keep developing it over the season, hopefully. And I realize I talked really long, so again, feel free to skip ahead if you want. Or well, at this point, I'm gonna start the battle, so it's too late. But I hope you enjoyed that description of the team, and let's get to the games. Game number 1, we have an opponent with the Grass-type Ogerpon, which is pretty interesting because you don't see that every day. Now, the funny thing is, this actually looks like a pretty decent team for Mamoswine. Mamoswine looks okay here. They do have Fire Tauros, which is scary because it has 2 super effective moves against me. Although I do have Oblivious, so I'm immune to Intimidate. And then they do also have Rotom with the Hydro Pump. But aside from that, Mamoswine looks decent against everything else. The other thing to think about though is like, do I care about my opponent getting up Stealth Rock? Because my Dragonite has Rocky Helmet. I think I'm going to lead with Mamoswine just to try it out, just because I like it. And then I do think, I nicknamed my Snorlax Cheesecake. I thought that was a cute name to name it. But I do think Snorlax also looks pretty good here. And then from there, if I am assuming they're going to lead with Ting Lu, I don't think I want to bring either of these two because Ogerpon's weak to Stealth Rock, and then Breloom will have its Focus Sash broken with Stealth Rock. However, I mean, even though this is weak to rocks, it might still be a decent Pokemon to bring. That Tauros, though, is interesting. I think I want to bring... Dragonite also seems okay, but again, I think I just got to bring this. And just really hope that I can break their Dragonite's multi-scale if they bring it. We're going to try this. But I expect them to lead Ting Lu. They might also just kind of try to surprise me and lead with Rotom. That would be probably a worst case scenario if they led with Rotom. If they did lead with Rotom, I would probably need to just stay in with Mamoswine. I just really don't want my Snorlax to get burned by Will-O-Wisp. Okay, they lead Tauros. Interesting. This is another Pokemon that I did suspect they might lead with, so I'm not super surprised. But we get to show off our Oblivious here. Given that they led with Tauros, I also think I just stay in here, as unfortunate as it is, because if they hit me with a really strong move, I might just go down right away, which is not fun. And I did reveal Oblivious, so they know that I'm not thick fat, so they know that their fire-type moves will do as much damage as possible. But I'm just going to click Earthquake here. If they knock me out, it is what it is. I mean, I don't like that at all, but, you know, I can't stop that really. So they get a critical hit. I don't really think that mattered. It might have. Oh, they could be an Eject Pack, which is what I like to run on Tauros. So we lose our Mamoswine right away. And you see right there, that's kind of... Oh, yeah, they are Eject Pack. But you see right there, that's one of the reasons why Mamoswine is just a little awkward, because it hits really hard, but it's not tanky particularly. So... you know, I think if you're going to run Mamoswine, you probably want Focus Sash. They go right into Rotom, which is fine. I get to go into Munkidori, which is the Pokemon I was going to go into anyway. And I get to choose which move to go for. It's probably just going to be Psychic here, because they don't have too many switches. They do have Goldango. Sludge Wave hits a little bit harder, and it makes it a little more likely that I'm just going to click Sludge Wave. I mean, if they go into Goldango, that's pretty awful, but I think Snorlax is a pretty good switch into Goldango because it's a pretty nice special tank. And we know they have Tauros, so they're probably not going to want to switch that in. And this has a decently high chance of poisoning them, but it doesn't. Of course it doesn't. The thing is now, they went for Volt Switch, so it's possible they're Choice Scarf. If they are Choice Scarf, they will know that I am Choice Scarf because I outsped them. So that Rotom can be really scary if it is Choice Scarf with Trick, because it can potentially trick my Snorlax it can trick my Snorlax its item. Oh, okay. I'm dumb. Sometimes that happens. I'm really bad at that, but they kill me off with Extreme Speed. So now this is actually a rough spot to be in because, again, if they have Trick with Rotom, or even Will-O-Wisp, it's really good against my Snorlax. So this is already not off to a great start here. I'm definitely going to set up a Curse, though. I'm not too worried about this matchup. Like, Snorlax versus Dragonite is not that bad. But if they Trick and lock me into Curse, then it's straight up good game at this point. Okay, they go into Tauros, which I'm a lot less afraid of. However, I do think I'm going to need to go Terra Water here, just to take a close combat a little bit better. If they don't have Trick on Rotom, I very well could win this game. Like, I could just sweep with Snorlax, but that's my biggest concern. I guess if I get to a point where I'm at, like, plus a few curses and I can click Body Slam against Rotom, then that's where I want to be. because then if they do trick me, I'm locked into Body Slam, so it's not like the end of the world, but I don't know. Oh, they Will-O-Wisp. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's another thing I should have been aware of, but yeah, so we're probably losing this one. I'm going to keep trying, but we're really, really fighting an uphill battle now because we're not going to be hitting hard at all. We can tank hits for days pretty much, but all they need to do is trick me and with Rotom, and that's GG, although that was always the case anyway. But on the upside, we're at +2 defense, so no matter what they go for on their Tauros, we're not going to take that much damage. But it looks like they might be going into Rotom here. I guess I could like crunch the Rotom to try to get the defense drop. They are also pretty low, but I just don't think it's enough. Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate. And that's the downside to Snorlax. I really think I need to do a better job, because I really, really like this Snorlax set, but I think I need to do a much better job of building around it, like really building around it, because I didn't really build around it that much. I just kind of said, okay, I want to use Snorlax. Yeah, they go for Trick. I want to use Snorlax, and I want to use these other Pokemon, and they seem like they're decent with Snorlax, but yeah, that's going to be it. Because especially if I'm locked into, oh, I do get to go for the Body Slam. I don't think it's going to be enough. Well, it's definitely not, because now we have no form of recovery, so I think I just run here. I mean, it's possible. I'm going to keep trying. It is possible we win, but I don't think so. It depends on how much this does. That's not that much damage, but with the burn and the fact that we cannot heal, it's probably just not enough. If I can, like, paralyze them, I have to get super lucky. So that's probably GG game one, like I keep saying. Because again, with that burn, we're just taking a little bit of damage each turn, and even though our defense stat is massive at this point, all they need to do is just click moves, and we know we're not doing that much damage to them, so... Snorlax. But I'm posting a Pokepaste in the description with the EV spreads of all these Pokemon, so you can test it out for yourself. With Snorlax, I do think there's a lot of different routes to go with this set. As far as EVs at least, like, but the thing is, if you go too far into the defense stat, like, you know, you go max HP, max defense, that's really good. That makes you a lot better against these physical attackers, but then, obviously there's still strong special attackers. I know I hyped up a lot how Snorlax has a really good special defense, but all it takes is like a nasty plot Goldango or something like that to kind of set up a few times, and you're still taking a ton of damage from that. So that is something to be aware of. But and then if you go max HP, max special defense, then after a few curses you can take on pretty much anything. But getting those 2 curses is pretty rough. So I think I need things that are better at taking on Pokemon like that Rotom with Trick, or taunt Pokemon as well. You know, obviously Will-O-Wisp is a big issue, but game one, you know, we got to try out the Snorlax. We got to see a situation where Mamoswine is not very good, but we're starting the season off not very strong, but we'll hopefully recoup and do it again in game 2. Not lose again, but do something good in game 2, I guess is what I mean. Game number 2. My opponent has Pokemon that are interesting. They have some Pokemon that I like against, or that I like Snorlax against. They do have 2 fighting types though. So, and the funny thing is one of their fighting types is an electric type as well, which means I won't want to terrestrialize into a water type. I don't love Mamo here because a lot of their Pokemon are faster. I do like Munkidori. Munkidori actually looks really strong. I actually like to lead with that, because I can go like Psychic, and Psychic is really good against a lot of their team. From there, that Arcanine is pretty scary, because they have like Head Smash and Flare Blitz, so Head Smash is pretty good against Dragonite. Do I bring Snorlax at all here? If I bring it in the back, it could be decent, because it's really good against their ghost types. But honestly, their physical attackers are just too strong. I think it's going to be hard for Snorlax to set up some curses, unless I bring like Breloom and put something to sleep. But I also don't like the thought of bringing Breloom here. So we're just going to go ahead and lead with Monkey. and then bring these two, which is also pretty risky because Munkidori, like, it does have U-turn. I think Munkidori works best with like a lot of good pivots, like Pokemon that you can switch into and take hits. Because Munkidori is a good Pokemon, but like if I'm gonna U-turn into like Dragonite and Dragonite's gonna take a lot of damage, that's not a great place to be. Anyway, they lead with their Iron Hands. And I feel like they're just gonna fake out, and that's gonna do some decent damage against me. I do have Psychic, but I'm also worried they're gonna be like Assault Vest. So I'm actually just gonna go right into Dragonite here. Just preserve the Munkidori. They do know I have it now, which is a little awkward, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna go into Dragonite now, and I am I am really invested in HP. Oh, they are Zoroark, okay. Oh, and my attack drops, that's awkward. Just Earthquake them. Just to break the disguise, and it should still do decent damage. We do have Roost as well. They are lowering my attack stat for what it's worth. Huh, that's actually really annoying because I don't want to switch, I don't want to switch Munkidori into that. And I can't set up Dragon Dances. This is so annoying, honestly. I don't want to go into Ogerpon either, because I'm Adamant Nature. If I do go into Munkidori, I have to hope that I survive. I'm gonna have to do that actually, because I just can't stay in against this. I can't really do much. Yeah, I just gotta hope I survive. Psychic should do a lot. Oh, they go Nasty Plot. Okay, that's actually pretty good for me. Because it means they're not doing... I mean, it's... If I can kill them with Psychic, it's good for me. But if I can't, then GG, bro. Oh, they're gonna Terrasilize. Are they Terra Dark? Let's see. Or are they Terra Ghost? Normal, okay. I mean... I'm gonna do the same amount of damage. I am faster than them. Just gotta hope I knock them out here. That's all that matters. Thankfully, okay, jeez. All right, so we got their Terra. That's an annoying Pokemon, like, but yeah, we got their Terra, and that's pretty good. We took a lot of damage on Dragonite, but I still think we're in a decent spot here. Now they go into this thing. I don't like my matchup here, but I also don't think I really want to switch. Yeah, I'm just gonna Psychic again. We might poison them. We do half, that's pretty good. And then they're just gonna knock me out with Shadow Ball. I guess I should have thought about that and possibly Terrasilize here just to take the Shadow Ball better. I probably would have survived if that were the case. But, huh. I could go Dragonite and Terrasilize. Or I could go into Ogerpon. I might live. We didn't see their item. I wonder what their item is. They don't have booster energy. They could be Choice Scarf. Okay, I'm gonna go into Ogerpon. I don't know. This is rough. And then I'm gonna Trailblaze here because after, well, I guess that's the issue, right? I guess I just Cudgel then, honestly. Because if we're gonna... Oh, they have Protect. That's weird. Okay. Well, the funny thing is we actually know their last Pokemon is Iron Hands, right? Because, yeah, we know their last Pokemon is Iron Hands. So, what do I do here? I wonder if they have Ice Punch on Iron Hands. I'm pretty sure an Ivy Cudgel knocks them out if it hits. So we just need to hope to survive this. Okay, we do. That's good. The special defense drop doesn't matter because Iron Hands doesn't have special moves. So now the problem is, do we Terrasilize here? If we Terrasilize, we get an attack boost. Oh yeah, no, we do Terrasilize here. Well, because if they have Ice Punch, I want to save the Terra for whatever. Honestly, oh yeah, I have Play Rough, duh. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do that. They could Fake Out though. I don't think Fake Out kills, but it might. Oh god. I probably should have gone into Dragonite. Yeah, I actually think I should have gone Dragonite and then hit them with either Extreme Speed or try to go Earthquake. And then go into Ogerpon after. Yeah, that was probably the right play. If they have Fake Out... Oh, they don't. Nice. Okay. I mean, we're still not out of it yet. However, they do Wild Charge, which means they're going to take a little bit more damage. Now what do we do? I mean, I feel like it's probably obvious that I'm Terra Normal, but at the same time, I don't think they want to hit me with an Ice-type move, even if they have it. So with that in mind, I'm just going to go ahead and Terra... Oh no, I can't Terra, duh! Oh my god, okay. I don't think I'm faster. Oh, okay. I need to check on that. I have 0... No, I have 20 speed EVs. I just wasn't sure that Extreme Speed knocks them out, right? I mean, at that point, like, it was a mind game. It depends on, like, our EVs and stuff, because my opponent still could have won that battle. If they were faster than me and they clicked Ice Punch, they win. But if they were slower than me at all, in that case, since I clicked Earthquake, I win. However, if I had chosen Extreme Speed, I'm not sure I would have knocked them out. So either way, that was a weird one, but I'll take the win there, right? Like I said, I don't think that my opponent, like, it depends on what was going on there. It depends on what their EVs were and everything. And what moves they had to determine whether they had a chance at winning. But hey, I won. GG. We tried Dragonite. We got to show off Munkidori again, which we already know is pretty good, so that's fun. Let's go to game 3. All right, so I hate Kieran, but he has a pretty banger track. So I'm playing the Kieran track here. He has some pretty good music when you battle him, but I hate him. Anyway, my opponent has Furret and Yanmega, which is pretty cool, and Torterra, wow. I like Furret a lot, but I was thinking about it the other day. Unfortunately, it's just an awful Pokemon. Even Pokemon like Bibarel and even Raticate have their uses. Furret, though, it's rough, man. It's awful. But anyways, I don't want to count my opponent out. Whenever you underestimate an opponent, you always end up losing. So I'm definitely not going to do that here. They have Ninetales, though, which is also pretty scary because they can set up Aurora Veil, which I do not like. Ogerpon looks pretty solid here. Of course, my Ogerpon doesn't have max, or it's not a jolly nature, so I'm actually, I could be slower than a max speed timid Ninetales. So I think I'm going to lead Monkey, because I can just Sludge Wave it. I'm expecting them to lead with Ninetales, but Munkidori's good against like anything they lead with. And then I like Ogerpon here as well. Ogerpon seems like it's in a good position, and it's the last battle of the video. Let's bring Snorlax. Let's show that off. Snorlax does also look pretty good against them as well. But as I was saying, Ogerpon's a scary one against Snorlax. I mean, I probably don't want to Terrasilize. Oh, that's such a cute card. That's one of the best trainer cards I've ever seen, if I'm being honest. That's a really good one. I'm assuming my opponent's favorite Pokemon is Furret, and they lead with it. Yeah, and it has the Gourmet. Okay. Mad respect to my opponent because it's clear that they love Furret. Okay, so now they know I'm Choice Scarf. So if their Furret has Choice Scarf, I know I got sidetracked and stopped saying what I was saying, but let's focus on Furret now. Look how cute that is. Its little hands. Oh, I love Furret. It's so cute. Sorry, Furret. GG. Ooh, I might die here. I might die to a Furret, everyone. Okay, so they go knockoff. It's very possible that they are Choice. Choice Scarf. Huh. I'm gonna click Sludge Wave again. They are Choice Scarf. And we do survive as I thought we might. I mean, Furret is not very strong, but it is cute. On a scale of 1 to 10, its strength is a 1. And on a scale of 1 to 10, its cuteness is a 13, right? Let me know in the comments how cute Furret is. But anyway, yeah, so we might just lose Monkey now. They go into this thing. We are slower than them even if we were timid nature. I'm still going to click Sludge Wave though, because if they click Aurora Veil, then we get to knock them out. And now we get to go into probably Ogerpon. The funny thing is, Snow or Hail in these new games now boosts Ice type's defense. and it does not, what am I trying to say? It does not do damage over time. Which of these do I go into? I think I'm just gonna go into Snorlax, because at least against Ninetales, my Snorlax doesn't want to Terrasilize because they have Freeze Dry. So if I like stay in with Snorlax and set up and all that, and they end up knocking out Snorlax eventually, I still have Ogerpon in the back with the potential to Terrasilize. So we're just gonna start setting up curses here. As far as Ninetales, Alolan Ninetales, they get Hypnosis, but aside from that, I don't think there are too many moves they could have here that would be really threatening to my Snorlax setting up. They just go Moonblast. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine with that because I take that really well. And if they lower my special attack, which they do, it doesn't matter because I don't have special attack. So we can just set up a bunch of curses here so that whenever they go into their last Pokemon, we should have a good matchup against it no matter who it is. Because like Torterra and Ogerpon are physical attackers, which we can take all day, especially after we have 3 curses. And they're special attackers. We should also take those pretty well. So I like where we're at right now. They go into Torterra here. We do need to keep in mind that they still have Aurora Veil up. So my Body Slams are not going to be doing that much damage. But, you know, hey, this is a pretty good spot for me to be in. I am at +3 attack and defense, right? Yep, that's really good. So let's just start clicking Body Slam, honestly. I should be able to take any hit from them. Oh yeah, Torterra gets Shell Smash now. That's awesome. I love that. That's actually something, maybe I'll try that out at some point because that's really cool. Torterra's a really cool Pokemon. It's just sadly never been that good, but I still, unless they have a really strong fighting type move, I still think we're kind of okay against them. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, I mean, yeah, okay. We're at +3 attack and they have -1 defense because of that Shell Smash. So sadly, as cool as Torterra is, and again, oh, Bullet Seed. Oh, they could be loaded dice. That's awesome. As cool as Torterra is, yeah, it's just not that great, even still. And I just do want to say mad respect to my opponent for playing Pokemon like Torterra and Furret, Pokemon that are just sadly just not very good, but you know, they're respectable, absolutely. So I like seeing that. I admire that. But it looks like we are going to be taking game number 3 with our trusty Curselax. You know, we got to admire how cute Furret is. We got to see how cool Shell Smash Torterra is, and that is something I would love to try at some point. I think, does Blastoise still get Shell Smash? I actually don't know if Blastoise is in, well, no, Blastoise is not even in the game right now, right? So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, they go into Ninetales. They are at full health, but once again, I just can't see a way that my opponent wins. I don't think Ninetales gets sheer cold or anything like that, so we're just gonna like eat these attacks all day. And if we ever need some health, we can just use Recycle, which will get our Figi Berry back. That Body Slam does not do that much damage though. I'm gonna Recycle here just to get some recovery. So the way Recycle works is if you've consumed your held item, you basically use Recycle and you quote unquote find it again, so you pick it up again, so you can use it again. So with Snorlax, you can use Recycle, and then when you get below half health again, you'll eat your berry once again. If you use Recycle when you're already below half health, you'll automatically eat it, so it's kind of like a little mini like Recover or something like that. It's worse than Recover, but it is repeatable. I mean, you get to use your item over and over again, and given how bulky Snorlax is, I mean, if Snorlax got Recover, the curse set would be probably broken. But yeah, Snorlax is awesome. So those were the games. I mean, they were kind of wild. We are still in the, I think we're still in the Great Ball tier because the season just reset. So, you know, sometimes you're going to face opponents like that are in the lower tier. Sometimes you're going to get destroyed like I did in game 2. So it's very all over the place, but that is my team. As far as changes, like I said, I think I would switch Mamoswine for Ting Lu. For what I'm trying Mamoswine to do, I think I would rather have something like Ting Lu. I did not mean for that to rhyme. I do think Mamoswine has a place in the meta, but as a Stealth Rock lead, I don't know if that's it. It could be, but you know, again, you have to have your team a little bit more built around that. Like, okay, if I'm going to use Mamoswine, I'm trying to take on certain threats, and those threats threats to Mamoswine. I want some things that can help me with that, stuff like that. So this team is really fun. Each of the Pokemon on the team are really good, and I did put some thought into clicking them together, but the team does not have perfect synergy, so that's something I definitely need to work on. And you can bet you're going to see more Curse Snorlax in the future, because I love Snorlax. It's one of my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon, and it's so much fun to use Curse Snorlax in these battles. So I'm definitely going to bring it back at some point in the future and, you know, play more Curse Snorlax and hopefully build a better team around it. Because, again, these Pokemon individually are very good, but I don't know that they all work perfectly with Snorlax. Munkidori is also great. I think Munkidori is in a great spot right now. But anyways, that's the team for you. If you want to try it out, we have the team code right there. And let me know in the thoughts what you thought about the comments. Now, let me know in the comments what you thought about the team. If you have any suggestions or any returning Pokemon that you would like to see me use. Do you want me to use Volbeat? Do you want me to use Torterra? Do you want me to use Empoleon? I think there's fun things to try with each of the returning Pokemon, and I'm excited to do that. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. Hope you have a great day. Please leave a like and subscribe for more, and I'll be seeing you next time.